Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Oakfield Farm for oddly, the first video I've actually done on this map in Farming Simulator 19. I know that it might not be out yet. It might, but by the time this video is out, it won't be out. But it might come out today. Who knows? But it seems like I've had it for a few weeks now, and I've just not had. Between everything that's been going on, I've just not had the time to record. So, if you've been following the streams, you'll know exactly what's going on. If not, here's a quick synopsis of what's been going on the map, because this isn't the very start of me playing. So, we have quite a few cows. I think it's 37 cows we have. Let me just look up here. Yeah, 37 cows, 63 sheep. And, yeah, we need to give cows a lot of TMR, more than I anticipated. Which means that field 3, no, it was field, an unnumbered field that used to be the place of area, didn't give enough bales for me to actually make enough TMR to deal with the cows, enough hay bales. So I had to buy field 9, which we're currently baling up. In terms of straw and silage, we're pretty okay. There's no imminent issue there. We've got 48, well, slightly less than 48 bales of silage and about 48 bales of straw. The real problem at the moment, across the entire map, is we just don't have enough hay. So that's why I'm in field 9 currently, baling up the hay with the Kuhn VB2119, because I wanted a different round baler to one that was in game. And to those of you that haven't been watching the streams, you'll know this, but I've gone completely insane and decided that I am only going to make round bales on this map. That is, I guess, the challenge of this map, or whatever you want to say. It's the sole limitation I've put on myself, other than the usual try not to cheat. Unless there's a good reason to. But yes, we are doing exclusively round bales, which, luckily, thanks to the Anderson DLC, is a lot easier than before, because I can pick up 24 at a time with the Anderson auto stacker, which is what I'm using. But we're not even going to get a full auto stacker out of this field. I'm going to pick up even the stray bits of hay to try and get a bit more together. I have said, and I am willing to mow the grass meadow, or the cow meadow, and maybe even the sheep meadow, to try desperately to get enough hay together to deal with the cows. But the plan for today is obviously finish this baling, which won't take too long, and then because I completely forgot to, I need to give the cows some straw, and I need to make as much TMR as I can. So the straw is going to be the relatively easy part. We are using, I neglected to mention, we are using the Anderson DLC quite a lot on this map. Because the Anderson DLC conveniently has the best round bale auto stackers, round bale collectors. It also has a round bale shredder, which doesn't. I'm gonna backtrack a small bit and go ahead of myself at the same time. The base game round bale, or the base game bale shredder, can do round bales. I am fully aware of this, but the Anderson one is purpose built for round bales, so I feel like it's a better fit. You can also kind of squeeze square bales into the Anderson shredder, and the base game shredder is better for hay bales, for square bales. But I want to use equipment that is kind of purpose made for round bales on this map, hence the slightly smaller bale shredder that is probably going to be the bane of my existence, but is going to be a bit more fitting for the... I've just realised that there's no gate there, and there is the very real chance that a bale has actually escaped the field. I may need to go down to the river and check that there's not a bale down there. after that totally seamless jump cut in which I got a cup of tea, yeah, we might need to run down to the river, which is problematic because I forgot this field has that big gap where there doesn't need to be a gate. Honestly, there's nothing being kept in or out of this field, but I completely forgot it was there. I'm gonna run down real quick now and just double check that a bale hasn't... It looks like a bale hasn't escaped. I'm going to say that there's been no escaped bales. Because if they did roll down, they'd actually roll straight down to the river. So that's, you know, that's a concern lifted. The real concern is that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That might be enough bales to deal with the cows. Might be. The good news, by the way, is tomorrow's stream, which will probably be Oakfield. I won't be doing bale stuff because that's what this video is intended to be, is dealing with the Bailey things. So let's put this away. You can see the yard is a bit of a mess because of some of the equipment I've chosen. Go down this way. I think I left it. No, where did I put the stacker last time? Did I leave it? Oh, I know where the stacker is. I know where I abandoned it. It is over at the... Or should be. He says hopefully. It should be over in this shed over here beside where I'm storing the bales. Because I'm storing the bales just out in the open. You can see all the wonderful... Yes, there it is. And the feed mixer. Yeah, I'm storing the bales out in the open because didn't feel like they'd fit in the shed and it would be a pain to try and get them to fit into the shed. Another problem that is not a problem yet, it will be, is we have quite a few sheep, so they're going to be producing quite a lot of wool, and the wool spawn point is directly in front of the shed in which I'm storing the quite long equipment. So I'll probably need to move that away in time, especially this, because I don't want to be wiping out bales, wool every time I leave the shed. So there are a few concerns, and not entirely sure how I'm going to deal with them. I'll be honest. Yeah, I haven't thought that far ahead. So I discovered that about 15 kilometers an hour is the ideal speed to be running this, because it resets itself and gives itself enough time to get ready to collect the next bale. You can see it here now. It can probably run a bit faster, but when we get over to the bit of a cluster over here, and especially this segment here where it's going to push the bales back, does give it all enough time to work together, and there we go. I have no idea how I'm going to collect those bales that are against the wall. I'm going to have to like drive along the wall, I guess. I do, by the way, I do realize the bales are going up on their side magically. That's just the way this thing loads. So it's 10 bales. We need 3 per TMR. So we got 3 TMR mixes and then 1 left over, which can probably go to the sheep. Because the sheep will accept hay. If you didn't know this before, the sheep do accept hay. And I want to thank the people who on Marwell pointed out that if you give the cows TMR, you don't actually need to give them much else. As long as they've got TMR, straw and water, they are good. They are working at 100%. So I don't need to worry about excess hay for now to deal with the cows' extra needs. They're not as important, which actually makes a lot of sense. You might also notice that the HUD is black. The top of the HUD is black. That's a mod called the... Is it the HUD shader or dark HUD mod? I'm not entirely sure which. But that's not some sort of weird bug that's going on with my HUD. That is an intentional thing. I've modded it to be like that. So that I can see a bit better against the sky what's going on. And I keep forgetting to activate it on Marwell for some reason. If you're wondering where the videos have been the last few weeks, They were put on hiatus. I had to deal with stuff around the house for a couple of weeks and just make sure that I had a bit more free time than I'm used to. And actually go out and about a bit more than I'm used to, which is, like, number one, good, because I have been going for walks a lot more often, and I need to go even more often than I have been lately. But yeah, there was some stuff going around the house here in Chateau de Dave, which you would have known if you're in streams. If you weren't in streams, suffice to say there was a significant medical thing going on, where my mother was in hospital for a few days and I had to get a small operation done, and I was I don't know if I really got it across on the streams. I hope I didn't. I was full on panicking for a period, because I had, for the most part, no idea what was actually going on, while at the same time knowing what the situation was and the risks. So I was in full on panic mode, and you know, I say a bit outside my comfort zone. I was very uncomfortable, just trying to do my normal thing, so I just gave up doing my normal thing for a couple of weeks, for like a week or so. Can I fit this in? I can fit this in here, lovely. This is actually a much better place for it, because that's where the bale sell point is, and it makes a lot more sense. If this is the first bit of Oakfield you've watched, just know the map, for the most part, is pretty much identical to the way it was in 17. It's much the same Oakfield. The only slight difference, the only noticeable difference, is this little shortcut by the slurry tank, which has been installed and actually makes a whole lot of sense. Honestly, it just, yes. So next job is going to be TMR for the cows, and then is it worth me bringing over the bale shredders? No, not yet. So this is a bit of an everywhere official episode 1, but it's stuff that needs sorting, I guess. And what I'm going to do real quick is I'm just going to get a thumbnail. So did I? Nope. Let's just toggle F. Yes, I have already somehow managed to figure out that I only need to type F, capital F, and it'll go the way that I want it to. Annoyingly, I've gotten far more straw than I actually need, but not enough hay. So let's get a thumbnail here real quick. That'll do. So for a proper mix with the Smart Mix 700, I have figured out, through just plain maths, basically, for the 50-50 mix that is technically ideal, although some people will shout at me, no doubt, that I don't have straw in the mix. Not actually necessary. You need 3 silage bales, which is part of the reason I'm doing bale silage. It just makes it easier to make the perfect mix. This is going to be one of the rare times where I actually get all 3 bales in without one falling off. Oh, holy cow, it is. Usually one falls off. 3 bales of silage and 3 bales of hay, which does mean that I need to move the front bale out of the way here, because it is actually in the way. So you can just get pulled. You can get pulled out of the way. Okay, we're doing this the awkward way then, because the top bale fell off. This is why ideally I want much bigger fields for hay, but I just don't have that possibility right now, the way the map is. Mainly financially. I mean, you look, we've got 27 grand. I do, however, have, I think, 2 fields of oats coming in soon, which should be... I think it's oats I've got planted. I can check. Is it oats? It is oats. Fields 1 and 2 are in oats because I meant to plant them in 2 different crops. But I somehow mucked it up and they're both in oats, which is good in a way because it's going to be... You know, oats are one of the best crops for money. Bad in a way because... I mean... there's going to be a lot of straw and I'm going to just chop it all. I don't want that much straw there. Oh dear. The wool is starting to come in now. That is mildly problematic. Not a major disaster, but it's going to be an issue as time goes on, because it's going to block where I'm storing the bales. And that's not exactly ideal. So, the cows currently have 55,000 litres of TMR, and they need more. And you might notice that I only put in 2 hay bales there. I'm now, after realising that I can min-max TMR even further and just do 3 silage, 2 hay for the time being, to use as little hay as I possibly can, because I am forever going to be short until the grass grows in again on field 3. Oh, that spawns in the exact worst spot. I'm going to jump cut real quick and just run and do something off camera, so I will be back in a moment. And jump cut complete. Let's get one more round of TMR made, and then we should be good for TMR, I think. Then it'll just be the problem of dealing with the straw, which is going to be what on earth are the bales doing? Yeah, the problem with the straw is going to be a fun one. Because the shredder says it can take 2 bales. I think it can only take the 1 at a time, which should be interesting. By the way, that truck over there, you might notice, that's off the model. It does have technically a milk trailer on the back, because I've daisy chained them a bit. And yeah, the point of that is basically that is my water/milk tanker. Come on, yes, 2 points. I'm claiming that as 2 points. One basketball scoring with these bales. Yeah, that's gonna be the milk. That's gonna be our milk tanker on this map, because I felt it made sense. And if I do need a much bigger milk tanker in time, if I end up with, you know, silly amounts of cows, or the animals needing silly amounts of milk, which the cows already, or silly amounts of water, which the cows already do, I can actually swap that into being a 5th wheel truck and pop one of the huge mungus trailers on the back. So that's comically, for once, not actually a concern. Right, let's get this over to the cows. I've done this in such a way that I actually have to reverse out and be very careful about the wool pallet. Oh my god, this is already... It's... I was thinking that once there was more than one, it would start causing problems. No, it's causing problems immediately. Yeah, sheep are problematic on this map. As it turns out. So this can basically go into the shed across the way from the cows, because I'm not gonna give them another load of TMR. What I want to do for the straw shredder is use the Guldner. It's tiny, but it should work. Should have the horsepower for this. Does have the world's loudest brakes though, which do annoy me to no end, especially if I were to do something like this. So let's get that unfolded, get this on. I don't see how this can take 2 bales. I really don't. On the bright side, cows should only need 4 or 5 bales. I guess the point of this is you load a bale onto the back like this, kind of, and then like fold it up so it throws the bale in. And then the second bale also goes onto the back, I guess? It holds that in place. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try 2 bales and see how this works. See if this works, more just as importantly. Because it does claim 2 bales. Like, if I open it up in the shop, under animals, it does claim it can take 2 bales. So, in theory, this is the way that it loads, I guess? As I completely whiff loading the second bale. This is just me trying something. It's probably not going to work, but it's at least an attempt. And this bale is being particularly annoying. Is okay, it can sit there like that. That's fine. So I'm guessing now I fold it up and it, like, that is decidedly not holding 2 bales. I mean, now it is, but that's because the second bale that popped out has rolled on top of the first one. Yeah, there's no way this holds 2 bales. Because they get angry if you try that and pop out. I've just realised that I still have the feed mixer in with the cows. Plan. Open this gate. How are we doing for cow feed? Okay, they're like 2/3 of the way there with TMR. That's gonna do for now. That's gonna have to do. They can just deal with it. Straw is what they need. As to where I'm gonna put the feed mixer, it's gonna go in beside the slurry tanker that is currently useless. But I do plan on using this in time. And you can see that it is a nurse tanker, so I could in theory get a second, use one as a shuttle. You. So Oxy has made the straw trigger bigger in here, so this shouldn't be too much of an issue. It's definitely using... Oh my god. I have some regrets. And by some regrets, I mean this is going to take forever. Right, plan, unfold, and just start bringing straw bales over. Right, plan is, we're going to bring 3 bales over at once. And just kind of shove them in the hopes that this will do something. I do have to be careful when turning because the top bale is not locked. I actually have to be careful in stopping as well, I've just realised. I just have to be careful in general with this. So it probably would be faster to just load them in normally and, you know, bring the entire machine over and back. But we're doing it this way because it should work. It's kind of working. I mean, we're not getting very far, but it's working. I'll need to grab another 3 bales because actually this one extra bale should tip it over into a place where I'll be happy with it. Just looking at it now, yeah. So 5 bales gives me about halfway, and that's gonna do for now. Because the main aim is just to get the cows producing at 100%, or 99%, or whatever percentage is good here, and whatever percentage this represents. I'm not gonna be overly pushed to get 100%. So I'll call that good, I guess. And put this into the same shed as the feed mixer, just so that I know where it is. So I'm going to be trying to put all the stuff that's directly related to animals into this shed / area. And yeah, that's cows up to 99%. The sheep are also at 99%, so I'm going to call that good. They've produced 1 litre of wool. Cows have produced some manure, but I don't know where that spawns in just yet, because it's not enough to really make much of an impact. I've just realised something incredibly silly that I can definitely do, but is going to save space on the farm. And that is use the top of this shed as storage space. Which is incredibly unrealistic, but for the telehandler equipment, that's for the tractor. For the telehandler equipment, it actually makes sense to use the top of a shed as storage space. Where can I put the front loader equipment, though? Because this does have some... This does have a pallet fork on the front. Where is a good spot for front loader equipment? Is there a small shed over here that I can use? I can totally use this tiny shed. Just plonk that down. Yeah, that'll work. I'll probably be needing the... what I'm going to be using is the manure fork before I need the pallet forks. So yeah, this will work. And can I... Dumb question, can I fit this stuff on top of the shed too? No. No. So they can go on the mini shed. Over here. Actually, this shed over here is a bit flatter. Does this have the reach to... Not reliably, no. I can totally use this shed to store the front loader equipment. That works perfectly. And on that bombshell, I'm going to call it an episode. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe, and all that kind of stuff. I'll be back tomorrow with probably some not Oakfield, some Marwell. Doing the crowdsource challenge. It will resume tomorrow. There's dead space here, and I don't like it. It would have been actually quite nice if Oxy stretched the crap out of this shed just so that it filled the dead space, because like I can see myself getting something stuck down here. Like me. Oh crap. Oh, free. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with some Marwell with the crowdsource challenge, which is going to resume. Until then, stay safe and goodbye.